Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Admiral Pegasus, and on today's show, well, Return of the Mega Cube is there, so guess what? Yes, the arc has finished. Well, at least part one, and what we're going to do is we're going to walk through what we got in the month as fast as possible, and also just give you my general opinion on how I think it actually went through the month, and then by the end of the video, we'll have an overall grade. Now, what I will just say off the top is I'm actually going to be quite generous with this one because, in all honesty, it hasn't been that too shabby a month. Now, obviously, you will probably want to disagree with me, so by all means, you know where to drop it in the comment section down below. But before we get into everything, if you'd like to know when I go live or release new videos, please subscribe to the channel. So, April 2024 saw the Gorn Invasion Part 1. So what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to walk through everything. I'm going through in the patch note order rather than starting with the officers as usual, but we will get onto the officers. So the first thing we're going to look at is this particular building here. Yes, it is the War Room. So this was a new building brought in this month. It's got some nice bonuses with it, with the isolated damage, War Room bonus once you get past level 6, something like that. What that does, it just basically gives you a bonus of rewards, because if we quickly jump into it, obviously it is a PvP mechanic. Okay, there is ways to actually score in the mechanic. As you can see, time of recording, they're starting the following day, so that's going to be that's going to be Tuesday at 5 PM UK time, and as you can see, points to score it, and there's even bonus points for territory and incursions down there at the bottom. So basically, it is a case of going out, shooting other players, OPC hunting, and things like that. Now, do not worry if you do not want to do this. If you didn't want to do this, it's not forcible unless you're in a small alliance. If you're in such a big alliance like I am, it's relatively easy to complete, because I'm guaranteed there's going to be some players who are heavily PvP and they're heavily hunting OPC. So they'll pretty much be able to complete this thing for you. I mean, just based on the PvP wins at 20,000, that's, yeah, it's around about 50 kills, give or take. So, yeah, and then obviously you've got a pile of rewards on the side from all the resources to all the materials, all grades of materials, I might add, and also ship parts, all grades of them as well. And what else you'll also get in the chest is you're going to get the Seal of Cthulhu, which is for a research, which we'll look at in just a minute. And also you're going to get some of these emblems of honor, which is what you're going to need to upgrade the building. So there is a little trickle every time you pull this chest. It's supposed to be a weekly event, but for some reason it started bi-weekly. I don't know when it's going to go weekly, but hey-ho. But I mean, as you can see, when I reach level 16, this is what I'm actually going to end up getting. So I mean, in all honesty, right, is it big? No, it's not. I mean, it's like just the emblem of honors themselves are only going up by 9, because at current I can get 291. Yeah, 9 basically is not a great deal whatsoever. And that Seal of Cthulhu, a big problem with that is the fact that does not scale up at all. It's literally 1 all the way through the 70 levels of this building. So, my personal opinion, this building, yes, it's great, the fact that we've now got this metric to actually score against in PvP and OPC hunting, because at current what we have, or shall I say what we had and still have, is the fact we've got this power destroyed and resources raided. So the fact that now and to be perfectly honest, right, this leads to nothing. It's just a leaderboard. That's it. There's no bonuses with it. There's no extra this, that, and the other with it. It's just basically whereabouts higher. So it's like, if we take a look at me, I'm 80th on my particular server in power destroyed. Woo! Yay! I'm not a big PvP player. I will do it, but flipping it. Resources raided, as you can see, way down in 234 because I don't raid. I find it boring. So the fact that now we've actually got this thing towards it as well, towards PvP in the war chest, absolutely, I do say hats off to it. But yeah, it's something that can be done fast if your PvP players are on it. But yeah. And then obviously the researchers have quickly mentioned, which is this one here, Tactical Warmonger, basically increasing your base weapons damage. And this is why I've got the problem with those Seals of Cthulhu. Look at the cost of that, it's 100. Yeah, massive, massive problem. But anyway, overall for it, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, that 3,000% bonus when you actually finally get there. I mean, I'm looking at, what? Nearly 2 years just to do level 1. So hopefully they're going to speed that up at some point. Feedback has been passed up, but whether or not they listen is another bloody story. So the War Room, in my opinion, yes, it's great. It's great to actually to give us a bonus or a reward for killing other players rather than just OPC hunting. Because OPC hunting can get very boring very fast from my perspective. I do get bored of searching. So give me a reason to go kill other players. So, but anyway, so that's the War Room. Next up, yes, I've got the wrong crew for this, so don't worry about that. I am going to kill, at least shoot one, and I'm going to die, but hey ho. Is these Gorn hostiles. So let's find an explorer. Basically, these are new hostiles, which have got these nice fancy abilities. Not going to dive too much into it because we've got a full-blown video, feature-length video on it. So please go check that out. And yeah, I mean, what I still find funny is the ablative shield. I mean, what we're down to now is 90,958.5 days till it drops. So still 54.5 years. But hey ho. So these things will also drop some loot, which you can then take into your refinery. So while we'll do that, I'll just quickly jump into the refinery. I think it's actually going to be available. Yes, it is available for me to pull. So basically what you're going to do is bring them here. To me, it is a nice 5-minute loop because the cost of just the one chest is around 300. Obviously, I go for the top one. I can pull around about 2,184. Yes, very specific because when I actually use the right crew. Full loot crew, that's what I go with. There are a few crews, and obviously I can walk away with 2,000. So that'll give me two of these. Obviously they are on a cooldown, but the pulls on these are crap. In all honesty, they are crap. That's just 2 chests. I mean, it's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, it is a little trickle. Yeah. So, and then obviously you've got also working on the artifacts, and it also contains the new temporal artifacts as well, which were dropped last month. So that's great sourcing. This is my best chest. I do like this one because you got some credits, you got some materials, and it's the speed ups I primarily after. The officer XP and the ship XP is very bad, but hey ho. So in all, the Gorn hostiles are good. Now, just as a quickly throw in here, because it's mentioned in my notes here, it seems lately that Scopely are focusing on actually giving hostiles that actually challenge us. Because, as you saw, those were hostiles with level 49. Well, if I went and took a level 49 on that was in my current range, apparently I shouldn't be seeing this system, but hey ho. If I went and take a 49 on in my range, I can, with the power of my Newton right now, I can go and kill any 49, and it's just tickling me. This thing is going to hurt. It is going to hurt because this one is obviously firing isolytic damage as well. Now, obviously they are greedy bitches because, well, tight-fisted bitches actually, because they're actually dishing out standard and isolytic damage. Now, it's exactly the same. So, yeah, basically, you're just looking at double damage, really. Whereas when it comes to us shooting them, it's only isolytic damage that affects them. Standard damage does absolutely nothing. As you can see between the shots, deals standard damage, mitigates the full whack. So, like I said, there is a full-length video on the gun, but it does seem like that Scopely are now trying to bring hostiles more in line with your power level for your ops level. So it's like, for me, level 49 is like the silent enemies. 46 to 49s. I can go kill them. Try and kill the bigger ones. Probably won't stand a chance. And they're 51s. If I try to look on the 51s of the... excuse me, of these Gorn, don't stand a chance whatsoever. I'm getting blown all day long. Unless I really get some good mitigation... not mitigation, isolatic. In which case, I could probably kill one. But that'd end up severely damaged. So it's brilliant the fact that Scopely are doing this. And I do give them a thumbs up for actually giving us more challenging hostiles. Because, like, at the minute, I can't say that even freebooters are much of a challenge. Look at this, a level 58 freebooter. A level 58. That red is all the damage I took. Now, yes, fine. Tal has stripped a load of hull off. So that's a bit of a strategy there. But again, I should not be hitting that level. I shouldn't be hitting it. But given all the power creep and all the bonuses and all the buffs and the various types of officers that we've got, makes this relatively easy to do. So it's kudos to Scopely for actually giving us hostiles now that challenge us. So big thumbs up. I do like that. Okay, next up is the Xbox Store, and this is the first of a fair whack of quality of life updates into the game. Brilliant Scopely for the fact that we actually did this. So no, I'm not shilling for Scopely before anyone even thinks of the idea, but I've got to give credit where it's due. Now, I will pull up the fact that there is a major one that they've missed on this one. But it's like with the Fisher, the Monavine, the Stella, the Mantis, the Defiant, and the Talios. All these chests have received boosts when you reach specific tiers. So it's like, for anyone who watched the Borg grinding, the Borg up-to-date Borg video, I mentioned this chest here, 3.8 million. I only need 3 million a day at tier 8. And this starts at tier 7. So effectively, anybody, Ops 40 plus, when you actually get to a sweet spot, it is a sweet spot, I will say that, because the Talios is Ops locked, you can basically stop Borg grinding for so long. Because obviously, if I pull this, I will pull it on a 7-day chest, and I'm getting a fair whack. I'm getting enough to last 8 days. Okay, now when I get to tier 9, maybe tier 10, depending on which way, how high the prices go, will depend on whether how valuable this chest is to me then. I will still, so will I need to bring a grind back in? Yes, I will need to bring it back in, but it could be something like just once every 10 days, 8 days. Well, that's still a massive decrease from doing a 15-20 minute grind every single day. Now, granted, yes, my Talios is a 4.3 million cargo, so that's still bringing in more than his chest, but I don't need to. Yeah. And then another good one as well that's actually been for me this month as well is this one. It's the Fisher Concentrated Platinum. I don't have the Ferengi Whip, so unfortunately I don't have access to that refinery, so which basically means this 2.1 million for me, yeah, that's fine. I don't need that on a daily basis. Literally, I don't need it on a daily basis. I need around about 550,000. So that is just around about 26% of what is here. 26%. So yeah, you just notice a little bit over one a day. Yeah, so I can't pull this once every 4 days, sadly. But if it was 2.2 million, then 2.3 million, so I'd get away with it. But the Raw Latinum, on the other hand, unfortunately, is actually 21,000 short of what I would need on a daily basis. So again, that one would need to be, I would need to actually carry on mining some of that just to get, it's only 1,500 Latinum extra a day. But trust me, every little bit of Latinum really does help. So, I mean, it's like if I pull this, this is 7 day. This is 7 chests. 7 chests, 7 days, 15 million. I only need 4 million per week. 4 million per week. That's it. How many weeks is that? What's that? 3 weeks, 5 days, give or take? Quality of life. 3 weeks without mining pissing Latinum. Now, I know what you say. Well, what about Latinum Monday? I've got miners that do daily material mining for that. So, yeah, I don't need to mine Latinum anymore. Literally, just don't need to do it. Pull this once every 3 weeks. Yeah. So, now, the one thing I will say that was a big miss on this, for me, is the Meridian one. Obviously, because of this, I haven't actually updated them again. There has been a last-minute update today, on the last day, where these views are disappearing, and it's actually going back to credits. But the Meridian one is Isogen. Unfortunately, for the amount I need, even a 7 chest pull on that one only lasts me 3 days. So, really, that one could do with a boost, but it's something that I would like to see next. But other than that, these quality of life updates are brilliant. I will just mention, though, for 40 plus, if you are still doing the Stellar, it's only reputation that has increased, not the Stellar Particles or the Eclipse security keys. So you still got to go grind it. You still got to scrap it. But, yeah. I mean, I don't do Stellar. I'll occasionally do the Thursday ones if I can be bothered. So, that's that. Okay, next up is the officers. I'm not going to jump into the officers because I end up talking about them for too long. But these are your 3 officers this month. Epic Mbenga, Epic Sam Kirk, and Rare Nurse Chapel. Now, 3 fantastic officers introduced into the game. No grumbles, really, to be perfectly honest with you. But I will just say that the best officer out of these 3 is Nurse Chapel, who is below deck ability is Isolated Damage Boost. So, yeah, pairing her with Data, Picard and Janeway going after the Gorn, absolutely. But as well, her officer ability is something to watch, because when you get it to tier 5, it is a 200% boost to loot from the Gorn. Now, obviously, I run a full loot crew usually when I take on the Gorn, so I'm running Picard, Enterprise E Picard, synergized with Data, so that's 100% there. My tier 4, 5 of 11, gives me an extra 80%, so that's 180%. When she gets to tier 5, that's 100%, so technically that's 200%. Nurse Chapel beats it. So, when it comes down to it, if we're able to get some decent sourcing for Nurse Chapel, get her tiered up to tier 5, she will replace my 5 of 11 hands down. Because not only would I be taking 200% off the Gorn, I'd actually be taking 300%. Because obviously Nurse Chapel is going to add that extra 100% on over what 5 of 11 can do. But again, she's still very valuable below deck. The 2 epics, however, shield mitigation, shield health boost, increasing critical damage, decreasing hostile shield health. Yeah, okay, fair dues. I can't say too much. They're fantastic, yes, but are they officers that I'm going to chase? No. I will get them when I get them. But the one thing is as well, all 3 of these officers will synergize with the Strange New Worlds crew. So that's a great one. But sourcing this month has been the usual for the epics. Mbenga's been in the SLBs, SMSs for the first 2 weekends. Weekend just gone, we had a cross-server leaderboard because of incursions. Yeah, okay, less said about that the better. But it would have helped if the war chest had actually tied in with it, but it didn't. But anyway, future sourcing though, obviously we don't know how it's going to fit. Are they going to get added to the Mantis refinery? We don't know. Logically, you would say that they do because the rest of the officers are in there, with the exception of Una. Strange New Worlds Una, because she's not in there. She's sourced primarily by the incursions. I think she might be in... Oh, yeah, she is now. Because obviously, a little bit as well. Moving into the next section is this, which is the recruit chest. Has received 10 additions, which is all 7 original Strange New Worlds. So Una's on there, so now you got better sourcing for Una. And obviously 3 lower deckers in the form of Tindy, Mariner, and Sam Rutherford. So, absolutely, yeah. What they'll do, I really don't know. But in a sense, Nurse Chapel is the best one of the officers. It's just a shame that for the last 7 months, I've not been able to even get the rare officer. I've been lucky with the last couple of epics because I've had the materials to do the SMSs and the leaderboards. So, but it is what it is. It is a sore point for everyone. What's the sourcing? Are we able to source the officers during the month? Rares, personally, I think they should be sourced. If you're not going to create common or uncommon officers, then the one officer that we should, as free-to-play players, so which basically means everybody, free-to-play and spenders, should be able to get that rare officer free. They should be able to source it for free. Granted, put the paywalls up, even if it takes the full month to actually get the officer. Spenders will still spend on the first day to get the officer if you put the packs in day one, not day God only knows what. So, but there you go. Next up, we've got some refits. We've got the Borg Cube Transwarp Drive, and we've got the Voyager Astrometric Sensors. The Borg Cube will basically, it's a discovery version, allow you to instantaneously jump across the galaxy. Will require a currency, but it doesn't summon, so just bear that in mind. Also, it is a picture of a Class 4 tactical cube. And so, to tie in with that, it gives you a hull health increase of 350% for the Borg Cube only. Woo! Just what we need, another 350%, which means diddly bloody squat, because we've got too much in the game already. So, but that's for another video if I decide to actually do it. Voyager Astrometric Sensors. This one's a boost on the Voyager's original premise of being able to select a player's ship and find their base. Basically, it does the exact same, but this time you're going to be able to know how long their P shield's going to last. So if somebody found one of my ships out and about, which you can see I've got none out at the minute, they would be able to locate my base, where it is, and they'd be able to see that I've got 3.5 hours left on my shield. So that's when they know roughly to come after me if they wanted to try and take some of the... let me have a look at it. It's 7.3 trillion resources. So, yeah. But anyway, also the astrometric sensor refit does increase Voyager's cargo by a little bit of a 300%. Not the best, but hey-ho. Other stuff added as well. We had some new forbidden technology. It's a bit one. Targ's isolated weapon. Its primary feature is isolated damage against Gorn hostiles. We already have quite a fair bit of isolated damage in the game, so that one's rather moot, but it's there. Then it's got 3 other things of hull health increase, just what we need, more. Isolated defense, which is actually a good one, but it's against hostiles, and increased damage against hostiles too. Woo! So now for me, out of those 3 and this next one I'm going to mention, is actually the more valuable. It is an artifact, and it's the Kishara. And basically what this allows you to do is the higher level you get this, the more hostiles you can queue up to kill. So basically it's an auto grind feature built into the game. Basically, select all your hostiles that you want. Anyway, I think it's up to 12 hostiles, I think. 12? Something tells me I've got a 24 in my head, but I'm not quite sure what. So, but anyway, I'll leave it at 12. So, if you think it is 24, drop it in the comments. Yeah, so queue up your 12 hostiles and then go off and do something else while your ship's running around killing those 12 hostiles. Now, provided nobody else is in the system that's going to block those hostiles, yeah, I don't know what that will kind of do. I'm presuming it'll just move the queue up a little bit. So, but no, to me, the Kishara is a fantastic new feature added to the game. Quality of life. Now, speaking of quality of life, Territory Season 3 also kicked off this month as well, within the last week. Here's the list of changes. Now, a lot of them came out before the Territory took over, but these changes did take effect in this arc. So, we have material changes. The systems that originally had resources in them have all now been converted to G3 and G4. G3 materials. The systems that used to contain the G3 materials are now changed over to G4. So that's a fantastic bonus. Also, tier 2 sectors are also now getting the Monavine, which is great. Tier 3 sectors, all 6 of them now have Monavine and Chronoton Particles, so it's nice to see both those in there. So that is great news. More people being able to source the Monavine for free rather than actually waiting for an event store to come round and just only get 100 blueprints. But I would recommend using it in conjunction with the event store. Go get the 100 blueprints, get your other 100 via your territory store. So that's great. The Subspace Relay Station also received a boost as well this month, with the fact that it's a massive one. I mean, if we actually just quickly look at the Subspace Relay Station in my base, for me, I'm a level 20, so we'll use the whole health to give you this one. It's saying 800%. Before the beginning of this arc, it was 160. 160. That's a hell of an increase. A hell of an increase. So I can't grumble. Brilliant changes. Quality of life. Well, actually, a whole increase of quality of life. Yeah, okay, fair dues. But, yeah. So, that's all the stuff added to the game this month. It has actually been a little bit of a mixed bag, but on the whole, on the balance, it's actually been pretty good. It's these quality of life things that really made it good. The Kishara, the updates to the Xborg faction store, brilliant stuff, really did it. Officers, yes, like I said, they are excellent officers, but the best one out of it is Nurse Chapel, the rare additions to the recruit chest. So I can't really complain about the changes this month. It has actually been a good month, I can't deny it. Now, let's jump into the other little bits of the arc that we also got. So we the events were pretty much a bleh this month. I'm not exactly big on what we actually had, but if we actually just jump into it, what was the big point of this is this particular bucket right here. Obviously, you got a load of events in here. Some have already finished. I think there might be at the end yet. Yeah, these were all running through the arc. Why do I feel that's... Huh? Have I missed a battle pass? I must have missed a battle pass event. Because if I have, then that's... No, I did this one, the awaiting... Yeah, I did the awaitings one. Okay, I think I'm going to chase that up with Scoping, because I'm sure I completed every single battle pass event this month. So, I'll get them to actually check on my thing on that one. But anyway, so we add all this. What I will say, though, about that overflow, I do think it's very decent, because the amount of Latinum in here is like 200,000. That's a lot of Latinum. So, I think I know where the problem is. Usually, there's one more event running today, I think. No, it's actually... It's really bugging me now. But anyway, so this was actually nice. The amount of Latinum we got in here, that top one had 88,000 in it. So, yeah, a fair whack of Latinum. But, yeah, so we've got other events here. As you can see, there's 28 days left on it. So, basically, we do have a Gorn Invasion Part 2 coming. So, watch out for that one. Obviously, we'll drop an Arcfall, which I think is going to be the 7th of May, I think. So, keep your eyes out for that one. But yeah, it's just basically events which just pretty standard this month. Nothing major to really blow your mind. So, take it as you will. Communication this month has been fantastic. With changes where they've been announcing. Yeah, I've really got nothing to criticise too much about with communication. Hamster obviously went away at the beginning of the month. He did actually make a post about it, saying his team will keep communicating. And to be honest, they've done a fantastic job. I can't complain. So, yeah, fantastic on communication this month. Stability's also been not too bad. My game's only crashed twice. I'm not used to my game crashing, but hey-ho. Now, the biggest problem with stability for me is going to be Joint Territory Takeover, when you've got 200 plus ships in there and you're fighting. So now I can tell you now, obviously we're at war at the minute, as I'm sure you remember. We can field with our alliance using a minimum 6 docks, because that's the minimum we've got, 6 docks, 510 ships. We can field 510 ships if everybody's online and sends every single ship, right? This is not including docks 7 and 8, so minimum 510. Obviously, our enemy can field, 592? 592. Again, minimum 6 docks. And they've actually got quite a few players who've got 8 docks. So again, not counting docks 7 and 8. They've only got one player who is a level 28. Is the lowest player in their alliance. But he's not got the 6 docks yet. I think he's only on 4 where he is, 3 or 4. But again, they're still fielding nearly 600 ships. They can still field nearly 600 ships. So when you've got potentially 1,100 ships fighting each other, yeah, and you're getting massive lag, it's a bit of a problem. But hey ho. But anyway, that's the arc. It has been a better arc than usual. I won't say the idea of what a lot of players felt like it was forced PvP. Yeah, guess what? There's probably going to be more of it next month as well. So usually these come in like blocks of 2, these PvP arcs. But yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. We have got the war chest coming up again tomorrow. But hey ho. So finally, what am I going to grade this one? I'm going to grade it a B. Yep, I'm going to grade it a B. Because I do think it has actually been a fairly good month. Communication, quality of life, stability, actually not too bad. So, yeah, definitely a B this month. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy it? Or did you think it was, compared to what we've had so far, even though we have got another 2 loops in the form of the Gorn and the war chest. Yes, they are loops. Has it been a better month for you? I'll tell you what, it has for me, because I've not spent as much time in the game. Because my screen's burning. It's burning into my screen. So, because I need my screen on a higher brightness so I can actually see what I'm doing. Call me half blind. So, but anyway, so it is a B from me. Now, I just want to shout out here at the end of this video, a shout out to one of the members of the Nut House, a Mini Abel, who has provided me with a couple of laptops. So, here's one of them. Yep, the other one I've currently got at the minute, it's downstairs on the kitchen side. I am currently working on them to get the game installed, OBS and all the other stuff, and then I've got to test them all. Now, I will be using them to go live. However, there will be one more live stream using this little thing. Yes, one more live stream to come using this before a relaunch of the channel with OBS. And as well, we'll be looking at, if we can just... Oh, monkeys. If I can just find the discs. Because I'm going to bring in a couple of extra things, because I'm going to even do Twitch. Yes, with the relaunch, I'm going to be doing Twitch. And we're going to be looking at particularly like games like this. Or this. Yes, I've got these, so I can do it. I've got a Marder 2 as well. But I can't seem to find it anywhere. I think it might be in my lockup. I don't know. I have to keep an eye out for that one. But playthroughs on these... the multiplayer games that you can do solo, absolutely. Star Trek Online, maybe, I don't know. It's something I'm seriously considering. And maybe if I can actually get it to work on these, because last time I tried to play it, it was like it was bad. Is Klingon Academy. If I can find it and the discs have not been destroyed, it's maybe a lockup, but it's a cold air one. And it gets damp in there during the winter. But anyway, so yeah, future of the channel. Great things coming up for 2024. But in the meantime, I'm going to leave you with this. I will keep an eye on the Discord, because the announcement for the live stream will be placed in there. But until then, stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.